Today, as you know, we are about to talk about something digital, something online, basically online learning. And of course, in the current world state, learning online is not something new for probably none of the teachers, that at least the ones that are here right now in this webinar room. And learning online has become something that we are very used to, right? So we can do lessons via Zoom, we can just use some platforms to learn, like TEDx Ed or Coursera, any kind of courses. And you know what's funny is that not even like learning languages or I don't know, programming some courses, but you can also learn yoga online, yoga, Pilates, any kind of physical activity. There are coaches and courses on YouTube, so you can always join and try something new for you. And what amazed me the most that I found was actually wedding dances tutorials online. So you can buy a package, and there is this wonderful pair from this couple from Poland, and they are teaching, they are staging these wedding dances for you, which is amazing. I never thought that that could be done, you know, online, just by your computer. That's great. So it is all really a huge part of our life nowadays. And Pearson has actually been known for a long, long time for its huge like digital aspect of work, of production. So there are separate parts of the company working only with digital products. And actually Certiport is one of them. So Thursday, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., join me. We'll talk about something digital that Pearson has apart from the school resources. But of course, today you are here to learn more about what you can have online if you are working with Pearson courses. And we'll start with primary school. Can you please put a plus in the chat box if you have your classes in the primary school, if you teach primary school? Now, I always keep saying that I really, really admire and respect those teachers who can teach and who do teach in primary school. I think it's an incredibly difficult job, and I could never do that well. So lots of pluses. So, you know, hats off to you guys. I'm sure that, well, if you like doing it, it means that, well, you're a really, really great teacher, and hope that is true, and I'm sure that that's what it is. And now we'll see if you are working with one of the resources I'm about to show you. So the first resource we're going to discuss is called Islands. It's a relatively new course, and when it only appeared on Ukrainian market, it was really huge. It was like an explosion of brand new approach to teaching in the primary school, because there were lots of materials online. It's a fully like integrated offline online course. And yeah, I can see some people put in pluses. Probably you are using Islands. Well, then you would know what I'm about to show you. But all the rest, just have a look what you can have with Islands as a student. So the teacher has the same things. I'm just focusing on students now, because for them as primary school children, of course, it is the most valuable. So in the pupils book, on the inside cover, you can see there is a scratch code. And via those scratch codes in the students book, in the pupils book, your students will get access to an online game, which is called Islands Online World. So in this game, each of your students will create an avatar. You can see some of them on the picture. And then there is a series of quests that they have to perform to continue like going through this island, this magic island world. And of course, they cannot perform the quest, or they cannot finish it if they don't know the material that is required to do the task. So this game is basically just like refreshing, consolidating, revising, call it whatever you like, but it's all based on the material from the course book. And not to be, barren words, I'm going to show you just a bit of this online game. I'm going to show you a video of what is happening within the game, so you can see how the students are working with this online islands world. So let's try watching the video. I hope that everything works fine for you.
Students must click on the new characters they meet to get new clues. The artist wants them to help paint his picture.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Vincent van Gogh.
What's this?
It's a painting.
Can I help you?
Yes, please. One is green.
They must listen for the colour. Then click on the colour. Click on the number.
2 is red. Very good. 3 is yellow.
Students have fun as the picture fills with colours, and they practice their English.
Thanks for your help. Here, take this. Find the balloon man.
Next, they must find the balloon man. They simply move the mouse in the direction they want to go. The balloon man gives students a balloon.
Thanks. Here, take this balloon.
The balloon takes them up in the sky, and by surprise, they find Neil. Scene 1 quest is complete. Very good.
All right, so you see that to finish this particular task, they need to know their colors. So again, lots of practicing. Yes, Victoria, they do look like Masiana. You're absolutely correct. I keep thinking about it all the time, but I just never mentioned it. But it's great that you noticed it. That's absolutely true. And hello to everyone who has just joined. I know that in many schools, the fourth lesson, right, ends at 11:05. So welcome, nice to see you here. Thanks for joining. So that is the online world, the practicing game right from the pupil's book. But believe it or not, that's not yet it, that's not all, because in the activity book, the students also have a different scratch code. And they will use it to register and to work with an online activity book. So this will be interactive. I will show you everything that you can find here in this online activity book. I just want to mention that the activities, the tasks, the exercises here are not the same as in the paper activity book. So your students can first do their homework in the paper activity book, and then they go online and they practice the same material once again. They can show the parents what they can do and how well they are coping with the tasks. And what is great is that when they open the tasks, so let's try, for example, with one of the units here. I like pets, so let's choose unit 5. You can see these 3 exercises on these pages. They are in green, they are colored like blue-green, because they are interactive. So I click on this green, and here is the task, some pictures, words, and it's like drag and drop. So they will do the task, fill in the blanks with the words, click on submit, and they will see if they are right or wrong. So again, this is great because if they are doing homework in the paper activity book, right? Maybe their parents are helping. Maybe the parents just want to know if they're doing well, if they're doing right. They will have to wait till the lesson to see if they were correct. But doing the tasks here, they can make sure that, well, they know what the correct answer is. They know all the words. They can match them with pictures. And you can see there is a button called restart. So they can try once again, even though they had some mistakes before. they can do it again and again until they get all the answers correctly. So I'm sure that students like that. Parents will also love taking part and just seeing the progress of their own children. They will all like it a lot. But the exercises are not all. You can also find songs and chants here. And for each particular unit, there will be the song and the chant in two options, two variants. Just a song and a karaoke version. So again, with parents, with brothers and sisters, they can, make a whole concert at home, singing the songs that they already know. Again, showing the parents how well they're doing, showing how much they know already, all the grammar phrases, structures, lexes, vocab, everything will be incorporated. So parents can really see how well their students are doing, and they will definitely enjoy. I think they would enjoy the concert. That would what I would definitely like as well. Then there are also flashcards here. So again, great to revise, to practice the vocabulary that they learn in the classroom. But have a look. You can sort the vocabulary by unit or by topic. So depending on what they want to do, revise the material from one particular unit, or just show the parents, for example, that they know all the animals now, or they know different school supplies, and so on. And have a look at the flashcard itself. Here's the rabbit, right? Or a bunny, probably. But if we click on this play button, you can see that there is a speaker button. So if you click on it, it will say the word. So it's not just look at the picture, try to remember what it is, but they can also listen, practice pronunciation, practice their listening skills, make sure that they really know what the word is. So a great tool, fun and colorful, nice for revision. Then there are also videos from the DVD here online. So if you want your students, or they just want to watch the cartoons once again at home, again, maybe with their friends, with their siblings, they can do that here online. So they don't need the DVD to do that. And that is not yet it. So what they can also find there are the story cards and posters. You will have the same access, so you can use that as well. So digital workbook with extra activities to practice the material, songs and chants with karaoke version, flashcards and story cards, posters to have a look at, and DVD videos, again, to practice their listening skills. All of this will be available through this scratch code in the activity book. So that is Islands. That is a resource that was created with this huge online component. So that's like half of the resource is basically online. That was the start. That's how they actually started moving towards what we'll have a little bit later, which you may know as My English Lab. But let's talk about another resource, Fly High. Are there any users of Fly High? If you do use Fly High, if you like Fly High, please say yes in the chat box so that I know I have, this focused group, this focused audience here. I'm sure that you've all seen it. You've probably seen some webinars done by my colleague Mariana Petrechko. And if you really did, then you know that now we have Fly High Ukraine. It's the brand new edition that we transformed a little bit, added lots of new and fun stuff to make it suit New Ukrainian School even more. Right, level 3 has just come out. It's already here. The teacher's book, this brilliant teacher's book by Mariana, is already in printing. It will be maybe on your desks, hopefully, and on the shelves of the bookshops very, very soon. But because Fly High is not, well, I say it's relatively older than some of the other resources, when we upgraded it, when we added this Ukrainian component, we also thought, okay, so probably because everything is moving online, Fly High has to have something online as well. And this is when this idea of the Fly High digital platform came to our heads, and this is what we actually have to provide you with right now. So have a look here. We've got 4 different components of this Fly High Ukraine online area, let's say so. We've got Fly High Digital, Fly High Support, Fly High Library, and Fly High Parents. So, yes, Alina, I will come to adults after we finish with primary school. So I'm just going in, growing with the students. Everything will be mentioned today. But we'll start with Fly High Digital now, because that was the first thing that we actually wanted to create, to provide the students with. And these here are videos and interactive games. So let's have a look at the videos. The videos are all divided into 3 categories: documentaries, age appropriate and level appropriate; drama, which are little like series of the same characters, pretty young children there; and culture videos. And you can also see that these videos are categorized by topic: school life, family, pets, again, free time, and so on. And for the videos now, you can watch them online. I will show you an example in a moment. But for those videos, you can also find lessons right now created. So some extra activities to do while watching the video. So you cannot just watch the video, but also do some activities to practice vocabulary, to develop their listening skills. It's all available there online. So let's have a look at the example of what this video is like. I'm going to show you actually a part of a drama series on the topic food. I hope everybody had breakfast today, because right now you will see lots of very tasty things on the screen. So let's have a look at this video, what it's like.
It's Olivia's birthday on Saturday. We're making a surprise party. But what does Olivia like? Yum, a cupcake. Olivia, do you like cupcakes? Cupcakes? Yeah, I love them. I like cupcakes for my birthday party. On your birthday, do you have cupcakes or birthday cake? I like birthday cake and ice cream.
Right, so you see, very kind of slow, easy to understand pictures of the vocabulary so that they really know what is going on, so what they are mentioning right now. And I really, really like the brunette girl acting, she's got these nice like face expressions. Really, really like her. So this is what they will see in these videos, plus the activities which you can use to elaborate on the video material even more. Now, the second part of Fly High Digital is the interactive games. And if you go there, you will see, again, same topics: school things, family, animals, food, free time, and so on. And the games are basically like palmanism or memory games. So there are pairs of words and pictures, and they need to match them. So you can play them online on the lesson if you have the possibility to do that, or they can just play at home, again, with parents, with siblings. Anyways, they will definitely have fun, practice the vocabulary. You can see that each game can be replayed as many times as they like. The cards will shuffle, so it's never like the same. So great thing, again, to practice, to revise the vocabulary. So that is Fly High Digital, videos and interactive games, mostly for the students, but of course could be also used by you as the teacher on the lesson. But actually we've got a separate huge portal for the teachers, and it is called Fly High Support. So this is all just for you, And I am about to show you how much is there online for you to download and to use. I hope it won't take lots of time, but I just want you to see how much material we've got there, and just think how it can be useful for you personally. So first of all, the most important things to work with a course, right? Any course book. We've got calendar planning for you. We've got audios to work in the class and some flashcards. So let's have a look. The calendar planning for each of the resources, Fly High Ukraine now, level 3 is also there, I think. I hope so. Lena can correct me if it's not there. Nobody will know. So you can see it's for like 2 hours per week, 3 hours per week. We know the situation differs in different schools, so you can choose whichever suits you more. Then we've got audios, because we know that in some schools, CDs are not quite convenient now. For example, in the office right here, we don't have any CD players. We cannot play the CDs anywhere anymore. So we've got all of this online for you. You can just download it in MP3 and just play it from the computer, laptop, tablet, phone, whichever device is more convenient for you. And some flashcards and extra like cutouts. So let's have a look. We've got word cards for the course, so all the vocabulary of the course in the word cards. And we've got, as you can see, finger puppets and masks. So this is what they look like. These finger puppets are the main characters of each level, and they are printable. You can cut them out, you can color them. So there is a black and white version. Your students can color them on their own, maybe laminate them, or just put like Scotch tape on both sides, you know. And they are great to act out dialogues in pairs or small groups, to practice, to gain confidence. Not all of the students can go in front of the class and, you know, say the whole, like act out the whole dialogue immediately. They need some practice in like small pairs. They may be shy, they just need more confidence. So they can use these finger puppets for that. There are also lots of ideas how the teacher can use finger puppets in the teacher's book, in Книга для вчителя, for Fly High Ukraine 1 and 2. So if you do have that, you will know what other situations you can use the finger puppets for. And of course, the masks, same characters, but huge masks, again, printable. You can cut them out, color them, put a string in them, and then act out dialogues, make like stage plays in your classes. Anything you like to do, it is possible with these extra materials. Then, next we have tests for Fly High, so you can use them when you need them. They're here, again, downloadable. Board games and phonics lessons for the Alphabet Fun booklet. Let's have a look at the board games. So we've got 2 of them there, Alphabet Domino and Lexical Domino. So they are in black and white and colored. You can again download them, cut them out, laminate them if you like doing that, and just play with your students on the lessons to revise, to practice the alphabet, to practice the vocabulary from the course that is here, suitable for, well, primary school, probably the first year, any resource you're using, basically, anyway, you will enjoy it and your students will like it as well. And 2 more new things that we added were this printable and, again, like cuttable story texts. So, of course, in each unit, you've got the story, which we usually listen to, probably read them, then act out. So here, they are reprinted for you, retyped in such a way that it is easy to cut them into pieces, to distribute the lines to students. So you can do a jigsaw reading, or you can do a puzzle reading, anything you like. You can do that with these stories here. And also you can see My Fly High Diary, or Мій щоденник навчання. Another new thing that we added in Fly High Ukraine to suit new Ukrainian school better, you know, this formative assessment, формувальне оцінювання. That's why these pages are now called Мій щоденник навчання. And if you've seen Fly High Ukraine, if you are using it, you know that on these pages, near each exercise for revision, there are these can-do statements, like я вмію називати предмети, я вмію розрізняти кольори. So here, you will have the same can-do statements on flashcards. So you can print them out and you can use them in the classroom. Again, in the teacher's book, in книга для вчителя, there are lots of ideas on how to use these can-do statements on the lessons. You can put them on the wall, let students walk a little bit. Of course, now it might be difficult, so you can just use them as flashcards. You just, you know, raise them, let students raise their hands, or like green and red papers to show if they agree or disagree with you, if they think they can do that, you know, confidently, or maybe not yet. This is up to you. Lots of ideas in the teacher's book anyways. So this is Fly High support, calendar planning, all the audios, tests, and lots of extra materials. Then we've got Fly High library. And again, you know, you can very easily say what it is. It is a library of texts. So there are lots of stories, different topics, like you see My Dog, My Dream House, Family of Superheroes, quite modern. And let's have a look at one of them. For each text, you will have key vocabulary that the text is based on. You will have the text itself, and have a look here. There is a listening track. So you can do these activities, you can use this library as reading or listening material. And it is all recorded by our former colleague, Sophia Rigby from Great Britain. So nice, soft British pronunciation. I'm sure that you and your students will enjoy these listening tracks if you are going to use them in the classroom. But have a look at the bottom. There are some buttons, right? Some orange buttons. So let me just enlarge them a little bit. Let me zoom in. You can see you can print the text in PDF. So you can use it online or you can print it out. You can download the audio and again use it in the classroom offline. And you can see some answers and some printable tasks. So one more thing I didn't mention, for each text, there are actually activities you can do. Some reading or listening comprehension activities, some activities to practice this key vocabulary, and definitely lots of speaking at the end, some discussion tasks. So they are also downloadable and printable, or you can use them online. So here it is, My Fly High Library, the text for reading or listening with extra activities to do after you work with the text. And the last but not the least, Fly High Parents. So what do parents get when they are working with Fly High, you know, or when they have students in the primary school? I'm sure that at least once it happened to probably all of the teachers that parents have questions. And in primary school, when they are just starting, especially if it's their first child, they will have lots of questions regarding like learning English. For example, do we learn transcription or not? Do we teach them translation immediately or do we just use English? Why do they need a pupils book and an activity book and maybe also an alphabet book? Why so many books? Why can't you just teach, you know, like this? They may have lots of different questions. Sometimes quite awkward, sometimes uncomfortable. And, you know, we want to help you deal with such situations. And this is why on this Fly High Parents portal, they will see these questions and our suggestive answers. Like, do we need to translate the words or not? When do we start learning transcription? Which kind of letters do we write? Do we learn cursive or do we not learn cursive anymore? So lots of questions here with the suggested answers. So if you do have such problems with parents, you can go and have a look and just have an idea of what we think might be a good answer, or you can just show the parents that they can find lots of answers there. They will have a link on the book anyway, so they can go there and have a read as well. Plus, they will find audios for the activity book to do homework at home there, and also masks and finger puppets. So if you want your students to print out, cut out, color all of these extra resources, the finger puppets and the masks at home, they can do that downloading it from the parents page. Right, so this is Fly High Parents, right? Some nice advice, some pieces of advice, and some materials to work with at home. So this is what we added to Fly High Ukraine, and much more. And actually, right now, if you have a look at the slide, oh, sorry, misclicked. Зараз на слайді над підручничками Fly High Ukraine у нас з'явилась, ви бачите, така зелена лінієчка і червона кнопочка. Дізнатись більше про Fly High Digital. Якщо ви хочете подивитись на наш взагалі портал Young Learners, все, що ви можете знайти там, до Fly High, інші роздаткові матеріали, все, про що я зараз говорила, все це ви можете знайти. Якщо ви зараз натиснете на червоненьку кнопочку «Дізнатись більше». Я бачу, що люди натискають. Значить, цікаво, дуже приємно. Я впевнена, що щось корисне для себе ви там точно знайдете. Кнопочка активна, прям мишкою на неї натискаєте, у вас відкривається ця сторінка. Переглянете, що там є. Я впевнена, що щось корисне для себе ви точно там знайдете. Ну, а зараз потрошку будемо рухатись далі. And the next resource I want to mention for primary schools still is called Team Together. It's a brand new course for primary school. It's like 2020, just out of print. And just like Islands, it has this like huge online part, this online component, this digital component, which is called the Students' Online World, again. And you can see what they can do there. There are some games, culture videos, story animations, the audio that they need, and homework. So they have a possibility to do homework fully online. How does it work for primary school? Well, basically, just like for teenagers or adults. And the answer is My English Lab. So I'm sure that there are people who know what My English Lab is, but I will explain it for everybody in a moment. Let's just say that we move on from primary school to secondary and adults. And they are here on the same page because actually My English Lab works absolutely the same for all the courses starting from secondary school. So if it's younger teenagers, Wider World, Go Getter, Next Move, all of them have My English Lab component and it all works the same. Older teenagers, Focus First Edition and New Focus Second Edition, the brand new High Note, or Gold Experience for exam preparations. Maybe you're a PLS teacher, private language school. Maybe you prepare for exams. This may be a course for you. All of them have My English Lab as well. And adults, somebody asked about adults today. Definitely general English courses, Cutting Edge, Speak Out, and the new Roadmap, they have My English Lab as well. Some business English courses, Business Partner and Market Leader, also possible to work with My English Lab. And we've got a separate course for grammar that's called My Grammar Lab. It's, again, it has 3 components. It's the paper book, My English Lab, and a mobile app to it. So all of these courses, all of the covers that you've seen so far, they all work in the same way with My English Lab. So what it is, how does it work? My English Lab is an online platform that is available anywhere online via the browser, and it is an interactive version of the workbook. Remember islands, we've got the interactive activity book. So this is kind of like the same, but much, much more. So here you will have the same content as in the paper workbook, and students do the activities online. They will again immediately see if they are right or wrong, and depending on how you set different, features of My English Lab, it will help students stay motivated and practice even more when they are at home. Again, accessible through any device, wherever you have access to the internet, you can work with My English Lab. So how does it work in terms of the course book? Well, usually you've got your student's book and a paper workbook, right? So if you want to work with My English Lab, you buy a different version of the student's book. The one you need is the one with this label here that says with My English Lab. And then inside, on the cover inside, there is again a scratch code, just like in Islands, and the scratch code gives access to My English Lab, which is what we call actually blended learning, right? In the classroom, the students use the paper student's book, so you don't need the internet in the classroom, you don't need a computer in the classroom, you can just work as you are used to, but at home, they will work online. So what can they do in My English Lab? They can do reading, multiple choice, true or false, gap fill, anything. They can do listening, and you can see that the listening track is integrated. They don't need the CD, they don't need to download anything, just click on play, and they can even click on this little button and open the script if necessary. If it is difficult for them to do this particular task, they can open the script and have a look at what is actually said there. Vocabulary, all types of tasks, and grammar, the same. Fill in the gaps, paraphrase sentences, just make up sentences. Everything will be here on My English Lab, just as in the paper workbook. But again, it is always much more than that. Why? How does it work? Can you see there is a little light bulb in the top right corner? So when you click on this light bulb, it will open the rules for the students to have a look at before they do the task. There is always some kind of a clue, some kind of tip on how to do this activity, which is great because not all of them will go searching for rules, right, before doing grammar tasks. But here, it is under the tap of a finger, so they don't need to search for it. It's right here. Open the rules, have a look, fill in the gaps, and then, just like in Islands, you can see there are green answers which are correct and red answers which were wrong. But for each answer, there are also these little call-outs, and they will show some feedback. So if the answer was wrong, the red call-out shows a hint on what the correct answer should be. For example, here I wrote finded, and it tells me that find actually has irregular past forms, right? So hopefully they will remember what irregular verbs are, and next time they can write found, or, well, they can just go Google it. I am absolutely fine with my students Googling something at home. As long as they are learning on their own, fine by me. Correct answers have positive feedback. So, for example, in this case, it says, well done. We use past simple when we have a finished action and a time reference last week. So again, great for motivating students because they will see that they can do lots of things now. They learn lots of grammar already. They can use it in some cases. And I know that for my students, some of them, grammar appeared like, this Everest, and which they will never climb. But here they can see all the steps they are making. And then you and them as well, can see the results in the Gradebook. So Gradebook is basically your register. You can calibrate it, you can customize the settings for grades so that you can immediately have a grade to be put in your own class register. You can see my group, you can see their marks, very easy. All the results are stored there, never get lost. You can see you can also do tests there. And one more feature I love about Gradebook is these diagnostic charts. So there are graphs which may show you how your students are performing within different skills. For example, you can see here writing, vocab, spoken interaction, listening, grammar, reading. You can see how well they are doing. And what is great, you can show it to parents. You can see this is printable. You can click on print, download it in PDF, and show it to parents. And what is great for you, of course, it is that these results are like 99% objective, because these are not your marks. These are the grades, these are the results assessed by the program. And the program is not biased. The program actually doesn't even know who is doing the tasks. So it's absolutely objective. It's just the state of events. I'm sure that parents would love to see and to see that your marks are absolutely as how they are supposed to be. So they are really, really true. So yeah, basically that is My English Lab. If you want to know more about My English Lab and other resources we've got for teachers, for example, like ePanel or what Pearson English Portal is, you can follow the link on the slide, scan the QR code right now, and read more on our Teaching Digitally platform. I will also ask Lenочка, Len, could you please share the link in the chat box to this digital teaching platform? You can find all the information there. Yes, thanks a lot, Len. There is a link you can follow and find out more information about My English Lab, Pearson English Portal, what we have, how it works for students, for teachers. It's all in there. So basically that is it. I have seen that there were some questions. So let me just have a look at those. Got a question from Natalia. I've promised to arrange some webinar about My English Lab. Complicated to use, definitely. So there was a webinar last week on Wednesday on My English Lab, but there is another one coming. Let me just have a look when, so that I tell you exactly when it is. It is next week, next Wednesday, 5 p.m. All right, so it is next Wednesday, not sure which date that is. Let me have a look, the 16th of September, 5 p.m. It is called Blended Learning. The session is called Blended Learning, and it is about how to work with My English Lab, how to give homework, how to assess homework, where students can find everything, how to work with Gradebook, more details about My English Lab there. So yes, you're welcome, Natalia. Please join. I will be happy to see you there. And another question from Olena. So yes, thanks for your positive feedback on islands. It's really great. I absolutely agree. And the Adobe Flash Player is going to stop working December 2020. But by that time, islands will be moved to something that is called Vega Player. I cannot tell you just like how it works in technical terms, but you will not notice how it just transformed. So it will be just moved from using Flash Player to use this Vega Player. And it will continue working as usual. And the question about the teacher's ID, how can you connect the primary students through the code? Well, I will share with you the contacts of our IT support, which you can write to, and the guys will definitely help you with that because it takes some time to explain. So here is an email, itsupport@internal.com.ua, or you can use any of the phone numbers now in the chat box. There is Viber on them, so you can just have a request about this Islands Teacher ID and how it works, and we will try to help you to connect and to work with it in full terms. All right? Okay, so I hope, Elena, I've answered the part of your question, and the part just really takes some time. I'm sure you're busy right now, so just contact the IT support, we will help you. And I can see that probably that is it. No more questions for now. So thanks a lot for being here with me, even though it is like high time working hours. Thanks for your interest in Pearson online resources. If you have any more questions, you can always contact us. You can contact me, ask more questions, join more webinars on My English Lab or other digital products. And we'll try to make your journey, make your working with our products as easy and as hopefully fun as possible. So thanks a lot, and see you on some other sessions by the Internal Education. Bye-bye.